I'm going to learn from us and enrich our discussion. Maximum 1 hour, we finish. We know that we have issues of light in the room and it's a little bit warm. Because of what we are looking at and the life, just try to avoid fanning yourself, okay? Not too much. I see that. Mr. Remo, Mama. Okay, the cameras are watching us. Is that okay? Good. So on that note, shall we welcome our brother and our deputy MD with an applause. So it's going to be freestyle.
Good morning. Dr. Ralph Enad, thank you so much for this opportunity. And students, thank you so much for the warm welcome to this event. In fact, I don't take this opportunity for granted. I think it's a privilege to share some experience I have had in a corporate environment in the last 24 years. I may look young, but I'm not young. Doc, you should have also given me one t-shirt so that
Akusia, bring one from the car.
So I'll wear it later. Doc, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This morning, I will not give a lecture. I don't think I would have been here if it was about lecture. You have had a lot of lectures because all the seasoned lecturers are in this university. And I should think that when it comes to what to learn, what to study, we don't have issues with that. I will tell you what happens out there. The reality on the ground. That is what I will share with you. Some of them may not be pleasant to you guys, but that is the reality. And I will tell you about the reality without mincing words. I'll start by saying that it is very tough out there. I used to tell my nieces and nephews in the university here that when you're in the university, you feel on top because the university is a small world on its own. You have everything on the university campus. So sometimes you are tempted to believe that you even know more than your parents. I don't think you are right to say that because probably you are a university student, and we are not. In a corporate world, your journey will start after your graduation. After your graduation, Ghana government will ask you to do your national service. So that's your service to the nation. You have 1 year national service to the government of Ghana. After 1 year of national service, you start looking for a job. If you are fortunate, the institution where you'll be having your national service, they will absorb you into the system. If you are not fortunate, after your service, they will ask you to go and look for a job. So you start writing your applications, and you almost every day, you update your CV. And if you are home and you attend seminars, as soon as you return from the seminar, you update your CV. And you start looking for a job. You start posting, sending emails. And sometimes through employee referral, You may have somebody, let's say, working here in KNUST. And the person will say, okay, you can bring your CV. I'll facilitate the employment process for you. So your search for a job will begin after your national service. If you are lucky and you get a job, there will be a contract between yourself and the employer. And that contract is called your letter of employment. So they will give you a letter. Michael, you receive your letter, Michael, maybe Michael Osebos, offer of employment. When you receive your letter of employment, you are supposed to read your letter of employment and understand the content of your letter of employment. And sometimes, Doc, when you receive your first letter of employment, when everybody is asleep, you'll be reading your letter of employment. Because you'll be so much happy that you have gotten a job. And very soon, you start making a living. When you receive your letter of employment, make sure you read every letter of your letter of employment. Or that is your contract between the employer and yourself. Your letter of employment will tell you about what the institution expects of you. You find your reporting time to work, 5 to 8. And they'll go further to say that, however, if the company finds it necessary to keep you on the job after 5 p.m., you should be ready to work. In the same letter of employment, you will find your benefit. And your benefit will go with the job you've been assigned to do. I have had about 16 years experience in the banking sector. 2 years with Standard Chartered Bank, 2 years with International Commercial Bank, from 2006 to 2008. Then 3.5 years with Guarantee Trust Bank, 2 years with Eco Bank, 5 years with Republic Bank, Ghana. Small profile about me. I had my secondary education in Tamale Secondary School. Is anybody from Tamale School here?
We are fully prempe.
So I had my secondary school education, Tamale Secondary School. Had diploma in accounting from Tamale Polytechnic. Had my bachelor in accounting from Christian Service. Have executive MBA from KNUST in 2012. Had masters in occupational health and safety from KNUST. I've worked for over 24 years. I'm now the deputy managing director of NG Group of Companies. The company is credited with about 10 subsidiaries. And the president and founder of NG Group is Dr. Kwaku. And I deputize Dr. Kwaku. The group has beverage business. We are also into haulage of liquefied petroleum products. We're into education from crèche to senior high school. With student population in excess of 3,000. We are also into construction. We build for residential facility owners and commercial property owners as well. We are also into mining. In fact, we have one of the biggest concessions in Ashanti region. The group has several other value chain businesses. We have direct employees of about 2,000, and indirect employees in excess of 3,000. We are headquartered at Kronoma Boy here, and we have our corporate office at Airport City. We have our presence and footprint in most sub-regional countries. You find our products and our presence in Togo, Benin, La Côte d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Liberia. We are also certified to sell in South Africa. In Europe, you find our presence in Germany. We also have licenses to operate in the US of A. our international business department. The company will do a background check on you. So if you have submitted certificate from KNUST, Department of Publishing, the company will do a background check. They'll come to KNUST and verify whether indeed you were once a student here. And then your national service certificate will also be verified from National Service Secretariat, whether or not your national service certificate was given to you by the Secretariat. In some companies, they'll go to your primary school, your junior high school, and your secondary school, and verify whether indeed you were a student there and you were able to complete your course of study. All these background checks will be done on you. Typical of any Ghanaian company, you have 6 months probationary period to serve. What that means is that you have 6 months to prove yourself worthy of the job. So your assessment will be done on your performance within the first 6 months. And you can only be assessed when you have KPIs. The KPIs are key performance indicators. For instance, if you've been employed with an insurance company, as part of your key performance indicator, they will tell you that, look, within the first 6 months of your employment, you are supposed to sign on 600 customers. So if you are unable to sign on 600 customers, it means that you've not been able to achieve your KPIs. So the KPIs that will be set for you within the first 6 months of your probation will be part of your assessment. And then the certificate that have been verified from these institutions will also be part of your assessment. And then the most important thing why I'm here will be the thing that your HR manager, your superiors will be looking out for. So how do you succeed in a corporate environment? That's why we are here. You are done with your contract of employment document, what is expected of you, your KPIs, your certification, your job descriptions. Now you are on the job now. Now when you are employed, you go through orientation just like you do in the university. The orientation will tell you the overview of the company, the performance of the company in terms of profitability, balance sheet size. You also be exposed to the shareholding structure of the company. Who are the owners of the company? And then if the company has some milestones over the years, the orientation process will walk you through all that. And then in some of the banks I worked, you'll be taught all the bank's products. You know, banks sell service. They don't sell tangible products. So if you are employed in a bank and you are a marketing officer, you are going to sell intangible products. So you go and sell savings account to a businesswoman. The businesswoman will not see. He can't see or touch and feel the savings account. So it's an intangible product. You have to sell the intangible product to the businesswoman. And I have said time and again that a good marketing officer is the one who can sell sand to the Arab. Because the Arab builds his house on sand. So if he can fetch the sand from the ground and sell to the Arab, it makes you a good marketing officer. So you go there and sell the savings account to the businesswoman. Now the businesswoman will buy the account based on the features and the benefits of the account. In any case, when you're selling the product, you sell the features of the product and benefits. The brand has a way of influencing your success on the market. But the import of your selling or marketing activities depends on the content and the benefits of the product. Now, in your orientation, all these things will be taught. So you are also taught the do's and the don'ts. The HR manager will come in and give you the staff handbook. The staff handbook will tell you the do's and the don'ts. My focus will be on what will make you succeed in a work environment. You all know about punctuality. When you say you are punctual, it means that you are on time, isn't it? But it's different from being timeously. But it's different from being timeous. Timeous, timeous. Now, when you are given a job by your boss, and he tells you that, look, I want this job by 9 a.m. on my desk. You have to produce the job before 9 a.m. It means you are timeous. If you don't produce the job before 9 a.m., you have issues with your boss. And so before the job is assigned to you, if you have reasons why you cannot deliver on time, you sit down and discuss with your boss. Now, Oga, this thing you said 9 a.m. For look of things, I can't do it before 9 a.m. Please, per the resources available to me, I can submit this job by 10:30 a.m. Now, if you don't negotiate with your boss and you submit the job after 9 a.m., it will be an appraisal issue. Your boss will mark it down and keep it in his diary. He won't say anything. Now, on the day of appraisal, so your boss says, it's okay. Next time, make sure you do the right thing. Having said that, he will still record it in his diary. Because as a boss, you need to keep records of all your employees in your diary. The things they do right, you record them in your diary. The things they do wrong, you record them in your diary. Because you have to appraise that worker. And you should have reasons to either appraise the worker with a higher marks or with a lower marks. Number 2. Now, on social media, you find people talking about the relevance of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. I don't begrudge them. I won't fight anybody. But let me tell you one thing. When we are doing Workers' Excellence Awards, we don't award people for emotional intelligence. When we are giving awards for the best performing workers, we don't give awards to pretty girls or ladies who can catwalk so well. There is no award for such ladies. If you're a gentleman and you are nice looking, at the Workers' Excellence Awards, nobody will give you an award for how nice or handsome you look. No. In as much as that we all believe in emotional intelligence, let me tell you, you should be a master of your work. You should be a master of your work. The things you are being taught in this university, the knowledge you are here to acquire, should be here to be used to facilitate your work at the workplace. You can be the one serving the CEO with tea. You can be the best pity party person. When people are heartbroken, you go and pity party with them. When your bosses come to work and their faces are not looking too good. Oh, Oga, madam, what is wrong with you? And you don't look cheerful this morning. Mom, it is well. All will be fine. Then you go further and start quoting your Bible just to make your boss to feel good. I mean, these are part of the emotional intelligence we are talking about. But let me tell you this. You can be the best person to do all these things. If a job is given to you and you cannot do it, nobody will reward you for being an emotionally intelligent person. It's an addition in your leadership drive, but you will not be rewarded for that. Maybe doctor travels a lot. I call him Global Trotter. Probably in his travels, he's found an institution whereby people are awarded for being emotionally intelligent. It is good. It is very good. But trust me, you must know the job. You must understand what you do. But so that you on the job, you have to add value to yourself because you live here as a raw graduate. Value addition is when you are on the job and you are learning and learning to be the master of your work. In banking, for instance, when you are a relationship manager or credit manager, you become a better banker by virtue of the transactions you handle. You are two guys in a department. One has handled aviation credit. Maybe an airline wants to buy an aircraft, commercial aircraft. So your boss will call you. This airline wants to buy an aircraft for the international business. So you go into a meeting to meet with the management of the airline company. When you go there, you may have to understand what goes into airline business. Now, your understanding of the airline business will be the basis upon which you can submit a report for approval of the loan for the airline company. So by writing credit facility or credit paper for the airline business, by the time you are done, there is nothing about aviation credit you wouldn't know. After your airline business, another company approaches you that, look, we want to buy a ship. And your boss takes you to another meeting. Then you are taught about, what do you call it, ship business. Now, by the time you are done writing a report for your management to approve, you would have known everything about ship business. So if you have not done anything about poultry, do you think you understand something about poultry business? You will not. So you become a better banker by virtue of what you handle. So if you are in any business, you become better by the transactions you are exposed to. My brothers and sisters, the first degree gives you the ability to reason. That is why you find people who have studied publishing working in a bank. You find people who have studied sociology working in a bank. You find people who have studied history working in insurance company. Because your first degree should give you the ability to reason. You should be able to adapt so easily. Some of you will leave here one day, and in the next 5 years, doctor will meet you on the street of, let's say, New York. Or you meet you somewhere in Berlin. I say, Kwame, why are you here? So after the first degree, I had the opportunity to travel to Germany. I found myself with a bakery company. And now I'm the number one. I own the number one bakery company in Berlin. But you study publishing. How come you ended up being a bread baker? Just because you had a first degree, and it gives you the ability to reason. So on a job market, in a corporate environment, wherever department you are, you have to understand what happens there. Know the job. Know your job. Know how to write memos. Know how to write a report. Know how to respond to your emails. And now the trend is that some of you are so used to the shortcuts on social media to the point that you employ graduates and they are sending emails, and sometimes they forget themselves that they are sending emails. They are tempted to abbreviate certain words in official emails. In your orientation, you'll be taught all. And if you make conscious effort to learn, you will know. And you know what? Your bosses know your job. Your bosses will respect you because you know your job. You do things on time. They will call you to come and sit coffee with them because you are performing. Because if I'm your boss and you're a lazy worker, you can't be my friend. Because you will not, your laziness will not make me enjoy. Because you have to work for me to enjoy. And if you cannot work for me to enjoy, why will I keep you in my team? It's either you change your mind or I frustrate you to leave my team. Because no boss will ever sacrifice his or her job for you. Assuming you are a father and your child has gone to steal. After all the training you are giving to your child in the house, he's gone to steal. By that time, you are on pension. And they are taking him to the prison. Me, I will not sacrifice my pension money for you. No. And can I sacrifice your pension? So if I'm on pension and you go and steal, and they come and tell me that your son is in court, it's likely he'll go to prison. Me, my pension money, no. I'll never come and take you from prison with my pension money. I won't do it. Because if you were, I don't think you would have done that. And I won't do it. You go and learn your lessons and come. If you come, Sikaka cry me didi body up see me family you for prison. And you won't cry you can feel it. And I'm telling you that no matter how you lick the foot of your bosses in the office, they will never sacrifice their job for you. In as much as that you want to be a fine boy, fine girl to the boys and the guys in the office, follow the rules. You can be the one putting tea in my mouth. If you cross the red line, I'll fire you. Because why will I entertain a recalcitrant employee? Because I have a target to meet. You are lazy. This year, I have budgeted bonus of, let's say, 500,000. I have to take 500,000 home. And it's only when I keep you on your toes, I can achieve that bonus. And you come and play games. How do I get my 500,000 bonus? And I have to sacrifice. Real bosses will sacrifice you. They only sacrifice you after they give you all the training opportunity to step up your game. Because when you're not performing, they'll put you on employee improvement system. Maybe they give you 3 months to improve. 3 months, they give another 3 months to improve. And because of you, there's something called run rate. When you have your budget for the year, you're supposed to make profits of, let's say, 3 million Ghana cedis at the end of the year. How fast you run will determine whether or not you can achieve your target. So if somebody is not running faster, it will affect your run rate. And in some institutions, when you're doing a performance appraisal, they check your run rate. So assuming you're in the month of May, and they check your run rate, and maybe you have done 1.2, and you're in the month of June, yeah, it's gone. You are supposed to do 1.2. It means you are lagging behind. So your run rate will determine whether you are running faster or not. And if you are not running faster, you can achieve your target. And when you are a weaker link, you are free. Because no coach will keep a striker who cannot score. Tell me, my brother, who is a coach? Will you keep a striker who cannot score? If you cannot score a goal, you are not even a striker. The strikers, are we keeping the strikers because they are fine boys or because they can score goals? Okay. So why are you thinking that because you're a fine girl, they'll keep you there? No. If you can score, we'll take you off. Now in Africa, and a man for about 8 or matters in you are in a washroom, you are topping up. You are topping up because information reaching you indicates that some big guys are coming from the other country. You are topping up. When you are in a company, I have said this to my workers time and again. Don't struggle to mention your name to anybody in the office. You know why? We go for meetings and the names will pop up. Who is Alice? Go and bring Alice. Are you Alice? I said, yes, sir. Well done. Now I wish 6 inches in Kobe and 6 inches. Now, Alice ni shakuna baby. Mo fani jari gra. Mo kasagra mo so oni mo so. Yeah. And are you Alice? I said, yes, I'm Alice. Congratulations. You are the best performing worker for the first quarter of this year. And as part of your reward, you go for 1 weekend at Senchi with any partner of yours. With a spending money of $2,000. Then the concert team will meet. Kate, I told you, that Alice girl is a witch. How can you be in that corner? And then they will give you an award. Then Linda will come. I saw MD talking to him on the car park the other day. Then Mimi will come and say, but Alice matter there. She go. You see, what saddens my heart is that when you come to the work environment, and we orientate you, and you start work, you put all the orientation, and that marks the beginning of your failure. Got the guys who will come and stand before you and tell you things at the orientation room. You don't take the things they say for granted. And you find workers not taking notes at orientation. The next thing I want to talk about is, you are now done with your orientation. You've been introduced to your head of department and your boss. And then you go to your department and the guys there are talking about Manchester and Barcelona at the Champions League. Fine boy, you come. You know Chebia. You go sit there. Oh, you jump into it. Oh. But Messi, the goal self, they'll be offside. Meanwhile, in the argument, you have seen some man at the corner. He eye all red. So I can't tell you that, look, if you make this argument and it's not made well, you can suffer something in the hands of that man. But because words of wisdom is not guiding you, you jump into the discussion. And then when you leave, because you are just a new guy in the office, you leave before the big boys. You go on, they say, Charlie, Kedia, they say, that boy, if I watch him. So why? See the way they talk. If I watch him. Some of the things for the office, make you no open up to him. Make it day the way you did. Make it day there. Now, I want you to watch 3 things. Any work environment you find yourself, watch more, listen more, and talk less. Watch more, listen more, and talk less. Watch people when they are talking, watch them. From 8 to 5, Ubenyaka Kasabe 4 pe. 8 to 5, Ubekasa Chekra 4 and 3 pe. You watch more with your eyes. You listen more with your ears. And you talk less. Let this thing guide you even when you appear before disciplinary committee. Even in your marriages, in your home meetings, in family gatherings, when you meet new friends, you watch more. You do what? Listen more, and you talk less. Sometimes you enter the flight, and ladies have not seen themselves since Adam. On the flight, they happen to share seats. From Kotoka to Schiphol, Amsterdam. What better seconds and so no matter. Now, I remember some woman say, "I'm going to tell you massage." And when you are seated by them, you'll be bleeding in your heart. The kind of expose they are giving to each other. And the next moment, you happen to find yourself in the same community in, let's say, Hamburg, with the woman you were talking to on the flight. One morning, you enter the bus within your area in Hamburg, and then as you walk to your seat, she holds your hands. Ah, sister. Ah, how are you? Ah, no, bah. It's what better. The next moment, within the papa, there's someone there, or German, they make one chance. You live in a community overseas. Abrojobi and Kazano Yonko. And so, Bia or Ghana, and be a team and Temobian in Waba. Who's our papa? Some doctor. Doc, can't you go? Obian himself, Waba. Meanwhile, no mention your name to anybody. That is the power of Ghanaian Concourse. It's in us you've been able to provide the woman with all the information about yourself. And they happen to live in the same neighborhood with him or her. And the things you shouldn't have said have been said. How do you proceed to the next stage? Because when you met the person, you didn't listen more. You didn't watch. And you talk more. And then you crucify your own self. In your career, to be successful in the corporate environment, you watch more. You listen more. And you talk less. Now we'll move on to career limiting factors. Career limiting factors. See them as a taboo in a corporate environment. Taboo. Career limiting factors. And ransom be anywhere. That's the asma me catch you. So Jehovah Witness new. We are Pentecostal, Methodist. We are traditionalist. We are Buddhist. And ransom me catch you. And never more succeed in your corporate environment. Don't underrate them. They are career limiting factors. Number one, seek knowledge when you are in doubt. Seek knowledge when you are in doubt. Number two, pay your debt when you borrow. You can ask my nephews who live with me. You can't tell me that you are sending me Momo. My Momo account, account also. So send it to, no, and no answer. Please, uncle, send the money to my friend's Momo. Me, my Momo, it's locked. It's not locked. The Momo account is not locked. Key is not locked. He has borrowed money and is running away from his shadows. And you want me to support him to run away from his shadows. I won't. No any accident. Never could you court. Almost I have to train the children. Robert Palm will play or court as in you. Those who were cheers. Charlie your Cardi B. There will be too much. Then that guy to him be man. No more so not shame. Number one is a team. They are put in court. Those who are cheering you on, will they be in court to assist in your case? Would they be in court to assist in your case? Okay. So you borrowed money from MTN and you are running away. Your father has a small shop in Edum or Malata and Okanshi or Market Square. You have borrowed money from MTN. You are running away. You go home, your father tells you that somebody has bought my goods, he's not paying. You say, Daddy, let's go and arrest him. How could you do that, woman of God? MTN money you won't pay. Your daddy's shop money, you said daddy should go and arrest the person. How can you be a mass server in the house of God with this kind of attitude? So me, where you saying that I should not send a momo to, that is where I'll send a momo to. Because I cannot be aiding and abetting you in your crime. Anybody who asks you to send momo and tells you that, look, don't send it to my number because I have borrowed money, send to the same number. MTN is a company. The company has shareholders. Who are shareholders? They are people who bring their money together to form a company. We call them equity holders or shareholders. Those guys are in the house. And they have set up a team. We call them board of directors. They serve in a fiduciary relationship between the board, the shareholders, and the management. Then the board of directors will appoint managing director and his team to run the business. And at the end of the year, they're going to rent that account to the shareholders by way of annual general meeting. So those who brought their money together to form MTN, do you think that they deserve to be stolen from? Why do you think so? You were asking about sole proprietorship. When you borrow money from MTN, you don't pay. And your father's money also grew, and they borrow and they don't pay. Because this company started as sole proprietorship. And there are very people who are always lying down in church and they are singing praises and crying. If you are here and you take communion and you owe MTN, stop taking communion. You know why? You will fail. When you borrow money from the work environment, you don't pay, you will fail in your career. It's a career limiting factor. When you borrow money and you don't pay, you will fail. Number 3, fighting. Fighting. I will show her Pepe. You should go to African Hall and ask of me. African Hall have gone far. You should go back to Tamale Secondary School and ask of me. Patterson House. Nobody could conquer me. Don't send your conquering spirit to the corporate environment. Don't fight in a corporate environment. It's a career limiting factor. Don't let it cross your mind ever. There are rules in the company. And the rules in the company are your defense. So, man of God, why will you want to fight? Why will you want to fight your brother in the office? You can't fight your brother in the office and tell us that Dr. Raf was your lecturer. Who can tell me that in any of your lectures, there was a strategy for fighting? So how can you go to the work environment and think you fight and succeed? You can never fight and succeed. It's a career limiting factor. Let it be a taboo. These factors, write them in your diary. Write them in your diary. As you do your morning devotion, worship those factors I'm giving you. Number 4 or 5. 4, don't steal. Stealing is a career limiting factor. Stealing. Stealing in any form. Stealing in any form is a career limiting factor. If you are here and you are a chronic thief, may the hand of God rest upon you this morning. You've been stealing drinks from your mother's fridge. You've been stealing coins from your daddy's car. You do not work, but your piggy box is full with your daddy's coins. What is so pathetic is that when your daddy needs coins and he comes to you, Araba, I need some coins. Say, "Daddy, coins. Coins doesn't mean if you're how." Stealing, any form. Be it domestic stealing. Be it marital stealing. Don't steal. Don't steal anything that doesn't belong to you and you take without notice. It's stealing. If you want to be successful, don't steal in the work environment. Don't. Another type of stealing is when you are supporting others to steal. you are aiding and abetting them to steal. When you skip these things, you can be the daughter of Dangote. You can be the daughter of the Microsoft guy. What's the name? Bill Gates. You can be the daughter or son of the Tesla guy. What's the Tesla guy's name? And Obi Abeka. That is where the Christian sisters go wrong. When you are praying to God for open doors, pray for blessings you can handle. Sometimes you pray for blessings that will come to embarrass you. You are a student here, you've just been employed here. And you said you want to be the head of department. And you are fasting 40 days. After fasting 40 days, God has granted your wish. And they bring you to the department as the HOD. And how do you work? You are here, fine lady, you are praying for corporate executive. You are praying that God give me business executive as my husband. Then your business executive husband goes to work. Around midday, he calls you and says, babe, I have a meeting in Lagos. I'm going. So let the driver bring my stuff. From here, I'm going to the airport. 3 days in Lagos, he calls you and says, you know what, I'm in Brussels for another corporate meeting. And in the night, you can't sleep. You are either crying or talking to the counselor. You have not matured for business executive. You can't handle him. I have my nephew here. They know what you can't handle me. Friday night I come, I'm out there. I tell my wife I'm out there. So what for? I say I'm out there having fun. It's okay. Good night. And sometimes I come home the next day. And she's fine with it. And you cannot handle that. Even small Valentine breaking hearts, you can't handle. Even today, if you don't receive our love, there will be crisis. And you are praying for a business executive. You can't handle us. You can't handle. You cry. You cry too much. Because you'll be checking our phones. And you go crazy. You go crazy not because anybody's doing anything bad, but you can't handle the issues. You are not matured for those issues. You guys as you sit here, do you drink milk? Because you're not babies. Your food is not milk. You eat banku and fufu. And not be so. Because you are not babies. But you want to handle big boys. But you don't have the finesse to handle big boys. Small thing you are crying. You can't. Please, in a corporate environment, I beg you. You guys should listen. Some of you are too ambitious. You get to the work environment, you don't want to go through apprenticeship. You don't. You get as a young guy, who come there. You go there as a young guy, you're on 4,000, 5,000 salary. You live with your parents. On Toncoin. You don't pay bills. And because of that, you go and take office loan. And about 1,800 is used for your loan. Because your baby is complaining of too much Uber. And that the Uber driver you've been bringing, they don't have air conditioners in their car. And by the time I get to the function, my makeup is gone. And that is putting so much pressure on a young boy. He just got a job. And because of that, you go and take a loan. And you buy a car, 4,000, near 2,008, and feel like a 2,002. But show me, Toyota Corolla like a 20B. Auto fuel, 800. 2,200 minus 800, I say. Come back 1,004, me boy. Boys, you go and sit down. You order one chicken. You order drinks. Babes are there. By the time you get up, 500 is gone. And then get to the office, you start borrowing. And by the time your salary comes, it's finished. I'm begging you today. One of the career limiting factors is that in this life, levels. Levels. Know your level and play there. That's it. Sometimes when you are driving your Mercedes, these campus boys say, wow, that Mercedes you can buy. Your wow should go to the petrol cars, the Uber cars. Sometimes you make a mistake. The fact that your father is a rich man doesn't mean that you'll be a rich man. The fact that your mother is a rich woman doesn't mean that you'll be a rich woman. But you know what? You can be a rich woman, provided you learn the lessons of your mother. Provided you are ready to go through the apprenticeship of your dad. How come that house helps can cook better than parents of the owner of the house, children of the owner of the house? House help. Bon kwan chemo. Bon kwan cha antimba. House help. Bon kwan cha antimba bibriya day. Because you go through the apprenticeship. They're always in the kitchen with your mom. They're always there. When your mom is preparing soup, they are there. Control they are there. But you are not there. You're on phone with your friends. You know what? Being a graduate doesn't guarantee that you'll be a good cook. If you think being a graduate makes you a good cook, gentlemen, listen. The lady being a graduate doesn't make her a good cook. And just like you find somebody in a certain profession, you think because he's this, he'll be a good man. No. Professions don't make people good men. The training, the apprenticeship, the discipline. So please, in your work environment, don't steal. Number 5, live within your means. Live within your salary. Live within your allowances. Chief, bruh, how much do you spend in a month as a student? Please add social media data. I mean, the Momo you send out there to do your things, you know. Add your bet money to it if you are one. Add your offering. Add your tithe. Your babes' stipends. Add all. How much? Bomba many. Everybody check your own. Check your own. I'll come to you one by one. Check your own. Check. Yes. You spend 1,300 a month. My goodness. Sister, how much do you spend in a month on campus? 1,500. Fanboy, how much do you spend on campus in a month? 1,000 cedis. Boys in this old boy, boys in this old boy. Senior, call her for me. What's her name? Yeah, what's her name? Christopher, how much do you spend in a month? What's your monthly budget on campus? 1,008. Mamma mia. My sister, how much do you spend on campus? Yes, you. What is it, 10,000? Senior man, you can never sit at the last corner of the class and have your freedom. No, you can't. Friend boy. So for life, one. Senior, how much do you spend? Sorry? You guys, I know, so I won't ask you. They are my nephews. I take care of them. And ask them how much I give them. 500 a month. 500. A son, son. You know what? How much you spend every month is your lifestyle. How much you spend every month is your lifestyle. Because your revenues come in to finance your lifestyle. So if you are spending 500, you are living 500 Ghana City lifestyle. If you are spending 2,000, you are living 2,000 Ghana Cities lifestyle. So what you spend in a month is the lifestyle you are living. Sit down. Put pen and paper to it. And you will see expenses you are making which add nothing to your life. And if at this time on campus, you can't be modest with your expenditure, I'm sorry, how you survive on the job market. This time, when somebody working out there as a teacher is taking 2,000 and is able to take care of their children and wife, you are here. Who's that? You chop 2,000. And you know why? Take a pen and a paper. And if you've been in economics class before, we have needs and wants. And then you design your scale of preference. And on your scale of preference, things that are more important come at the top. Please, you are here, you are wasting money. Most of you are wasting money. Because you are not checking your lifestyle. Take a pen and a paper. Or you have one of these. As you move around, you record your expenditure. At the end of the month, put everything together. Sit down and ask yourselves, these expenditure items, what are the relevance of this expenditure item to my life? If you can make savings here, I want to hush you. I just like, you think people, just like those who are out there doing prostitution on the street. For me, I think that is a job they want to do. Because they have options. You find, there was a time at Odoko official time. I was going to the airport for my Monday morning flight to Kumasi. And I spotted two beautiful ladies with Zoom Lion broom. I drive and say, chill. I'm not sure, boss. We are going to me show money. So we Zoom Lion. Doctor will tell you, in Germany, Germans respect those who work. If you do not work with your hands, Germans don't respect you. They believe that you make life through hard work. So when you wake up in the morning, you go to work, they respect you so much. Please, I'm telling you, with my experience, I have handled business tycoons. I have handled high network individuals. I've handled people who have money. Money. And today you can't find them on the You can't find them anywhere. But there are rules for money. Respect the rules of money, and you can always have money in your pocket. You disregard the rules, I'm sorry. You need to make sure that you are modest in your expenditure. We've all been students before. On this campus, some eat from bush canteen. Some cross to KNUST to go and buy abete and eat. Others eat from the university restaurant. There is no problem about that. It's all about your purchasing power. But in this life, there are two things you can't sustain in this life. Lies and luxury. You can't. Lies and luxury. You cannot sustain them. You can't. You cannot. So even when you have resources in abundance, choose modesty. The father you are mother doesn't mean that you are poor. People misconstrue that. Modesty doesn't mean that you are poor. But I'm telling you, no matter how resourceful you are, choose modesty. So that you can live a very sound life. Have your peace of mind. Your parents may be rich. They may give you whatever you want. But even when you receive from them, try and live modest life, even after you have received excess from them. What is so gratifying to the soul that a young pretty lady will just take his bank card, walk up to the ATM, withdraw 10,000 to buy dress for a friend's wedding. What's so gratifying to the soul that a young lady would take up his bank card, walk to the ATM, withdraw money, and fill her fuel, fill her car. Oba also baboso. Let's go baboso. Spending money doesn't make you a hero. What Toma man for boy, Marisa. And then once in a while, boys Marisa. Then you die. Once in a while, boys Marisa. And not Chumutaya. Ubachako. Bachako boys are inside. But occasional spending is different from lifestyle spending. Guys, try and write down your expenditure. Check them. The ones that are not relevant, take them out. The next thing you need to do. Now I'm done with the career limiting factors. Let me check. After that, we'll move to things you need to watch. And then we'll bring our lecture to a close. Okay.
Can we give ourselves an applause? Our guest is on fire. I think we need to stretch a little bit. So that his last 5 minutes.
I also need to take water.
He needs to take water.
Yeah.
When I come to your office, you give me tea.
Coffee.
Here, you're not taking my tea and coffee.
In fact, I took excess coffee before I came.
Cold water?
Cold will be fine.
Can you please check if we can get cold water?
No,
Can we
this
please
fine.
be up and then
No,
stretch a
that's
little
fine.
bit?
That's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Let's get out. We've been sitting for quite too long. So a little bit of 2 minutes of aerobics. So we go like this. Forget about your armpits. It's fine. Let's go up. 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 Just go up so that you feel it. Up. I know the boxer shorts are showing, but slow. Okay, let's calm down gradually. Not too fast. Stretch so that you feel it. Gradually. The lady in black, you are not in white, you are not doing exercise too. Okay, let's go once again. Gradually, let's move up. I mean, do it valantically. That's when you're Valentine. Aha. So let's stretch this way. Okay. So we go to the right, not too fast. Okay. Breathe in. Out. I have some sandwich, but unfortunately the number I said that I'm not Jesus Christ to multiply it. So I'll look at the faces. Those who are really hungry. Let's take it. So we give ourselves 2 minutes and we start, okay?
Sure.
We'll just conclude in 2 minutes.
Yanko.
What's it?
Yanko. Nah. Say quick.
No. It's about 10 minutes. And
Yes, I'm ready.
That's a question time.
We have a Instagram page and then Twitter page, Access K-List. So I want you all to go and follow, like, comment, all those things. Right now, as we are waiting.
Those who don't have data, see me later, but do it now. The data you use, come. We'll replace it. Access KNUST. ACCESS. Access like this. When are we having our Pochi Krakra? Next week. After midterm. What me for office a drink never? And at least a little more. I was just conferring with my guests. And we think the partying should be during our points in Krakra. Is that okay? So that they double the drink they give us. Those of you started with soft drinks and later turned to alcohol. The university fronts on alcohol. So please, the next approach in Krakra, let's take only soft drink. The ladies are not happy. Right. Time up. The media team. Are we ready? Okay, so we have the last bit. We're running with the questions inclusive, not more than 10 o'clock. So we have 15 there about to go, finishing, and also questions at the same time. Right.
All right. Thank you very much, Doc. So I was on the last point on the career limiting factors. And that point is insulting behavior. Insulting behavior. And oh yeah. And that I am very critical about it because ladies do that a lot. You agree with me that in communication, non-verbal forms a chunk of it. Your body language should be professional in a corporate environment. Your body language should be professional. You should have a touch of professionalism. When you talk to people, you are talking to your boss, you look them eyeball to eyeball. You shake hands, you don't do this. In a corporate environment, it's a taboo. You don't. Maybe you have another chapter on corporate grooming. In corporate grooming, my brothers, stand up. In corporate grooming, you greet like this. Stand this way. You greet with this way. This is how you greet. You don't squeeze the other person's hands. Much of fun, munti. You shake hands like this. No, shake hands. You don't squeeze the other person's hands. You don't do this. You don't do this. They are all insulting behavior. You don't do that. Your body language, your eye contact. We are all not kids. Any eye language you speak, we can hear. We understand. Any body language, that is all when women are fighting. You don't intervene as a man. Don't interfere. When a woman says that her walking is an insult, she knows what she's talking about. You hear them shouting, hey, didn't you see that? The way she was shaking her body. Yes, she understands that as an insult. In a corporate environment, we all understand these languages. I don't think that you are the only person who went to the university. You come and see us that we all went there before. Be careful your non-verbal gestures. They can cut short your career. Because in the corporate environment, some people are so strict. They are so strict. Maybe there will be another session for grooming, and we'll touch on these things you need to understand and appreciate in a corporate environment. Please, no insulting behavior. It's one of the career limiting factors. Don't try. When people provoke you to the core, don't insult. In the face of extreme anger, don't insult. Don't use F words. Taboo. And don't get physical. Don't get physical. If you're a mukrache, don't get physical. You don't know what time is it. You don't know what time is it. Physical. If you're a man and you get physical, you don't know what time is it. Don't get physical on the corporate environment. Don't try. It's a career limiting factor. Why are we need that? Now the afraid you many. Penny boxer. No. And some of these things, when you're given a query, they will be on your file. And when a position is vacant and they are looking for people to occupy, they'll go for your personnel file. All your records are on it. They take it to the committee and say, no, this guy, 10 years ago, he slapped a lady here. He can't be a boss. Meanwhile, you be in church praying and fasting. No. It's not a bonnet number. Don't throw your hands. No insulting behavior. Don't go to the work environment and say, me be any me confuse. No, you're not there yet. No, that's not the way to go. We are colo. No. Such a argument. No. Insulting behavior, no. Classless. You don't do that. Foul words are easy to speak. Insults are easy to be rained on people. Insult. But hold to your anger makes you a professional. If you can hold it, on the face of it, you smile. That makes you a leader. At the day, therefore, we have it made the atom. James and in the atom. You're speaking rubbish to him, and he stands and looks at you. He said, Madam, Ma'am, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? Ma'am, come down, come forward. If you just got slapped, you're not going to your boss. So you go back. She wants to slap you, block her. But you can't be here under the tutelage of Dr. Raf and Ado, and then you go to a work environment and you have insulting conduct. You can't be a pretty woman and then you start bringing insult. You'll be on him by no, come on. You don't do that. You are here. We are noted for insult. You are celebrated. Let me say, insulting undergrads. In your hall of residence, in your host, everyone knows that you don't respect. No. It's a minus, it's a big minus. That label is not good for you. Don't leave this university with that label. No. You will fail successfully in the corporate environment if you do that. 4 things to watch. 4 things to watch. You know, we have integrity and proven integrity. They are not the same. You may be a man of integrity, but whether that integrity has been proven or not is another thing. In a corporate environment, we want proven integrity. You should have proven integrity. Sometimes, this man has been appointed as a Vice Chancellor of the University of Kwaku University of Science and Technology. He has 25 years proven integrity. It means he's been tried and tested on integrity and he has passed. How much do you have in your pocket? 50. Oh, yeah, big boy. I'm not going to multiply it, so please. Hurry up. We have little time. Do you have another note? Who have 50? 20, 20, 10. 20, 20, 10. 50. What 20 cities me and a 10 back. Making 50. Doctor has bailed me. I'm going to have a doctor brother. Thank you. Hey! Okay, so this is 50 cities. If I give it to you, I said to you, keep it for me. I'll come back for it in 6 months' time. Take this one. This is 50 euro. Keep this 50 euro for me. 6 months, I'll come back for it. When I come back in 6 months' time, for me, when you give this 50 to me, and they are in 10 notes, you have failed the test of integrity. It means you have used the money. You have changed the money. And for you to pass the test of integrity, this same money, same serial number. There was a time I gave some dollars of mine to my sister to keep. And before I gave the money to her, I photocopied all the notes. I did a photocopy of all the notes. And I handed the dollars to her. It was about, I think, $2,000. I did a photocopy of the note in the office. You can come to the house and ask me, what they buy. And values that have helped me, I will never sacrifice those values for anything. If I have values and the values have made me successful, I will never sacrifice them for anything. I made a photocopy of all the notes and gave the money to her. When I returned from London, I took my money. And the night when everybody was asleep, I started checking the serial numbers. That my sister, they think that she has bewitched me. Because anything she wants, I give it to her because she has a proven integrity. So when your bosses give you monies to keep and they come and you have given, it's same 50. But they are in 10 notes. Oh, this is about me, the man, what the man there? There's one for man. That is proven integrity. When you're giving this note to keep the same note. When somebody comes and says that my daughter is sick, and you're not there, my daughter is sick, I need some money. Then somebody has given money to keep. You go and take the money and give. No. If the money were not with you, what would you have done? And that is what we call proving integrity. To succeed in a corporate world, you need proving integrity. You don't take these things for granted. They are the things that will take you to the apex of your career. Fanboy, your money this. Okay. Sorry. You don't know it. What are 2 bags? Thank you, sir. That's proving integrity. Number 2, honesty. Honesty. You need to be very honest. I have said this time and again. If you are rich and your money will be sustainable for years, you need to be honest. Sure, skip honesty, forget it. From here, you can go to Harvard. From Harvard, you can go to Yale. From Yale, you can go to Oxford. And then to British Columbia. Or MIT. You can go to MIT and those schools. If you are dishonest, forget it. If you are dishonest, forget it. Those who are closer to Dr. Ralph, doctor will tell you, one of the cardinal variables why they are still with him is because they are very honest. If you have any investment to make in this life, invest in honesty. Because the returns are perpetual. So we need no crack and yes, I will certificate no put out. Anything that is fighting against your fortunes, and they obey you. If you don't last in relationship because you are lazy, or quadron obey you. If you don't last in the job environment because you are hey, did you see that paper? Hey, did you see that transaction? You go home quick. You go home quick. So please, you will live in this school, you're going to look for jobs to do. Unim the cracker starts today, from today. Some of you are chronic liars. You lie, even lie to the Pope. If you have any investment to make in your life, invest in honesty. Bible says you shall know the truth, shall set you free. You want to be successful in your career, and you are dishonest, forget it. In your marriage, forget it. Friendship, forget it. In a family house, forget it. In your circle of friends, forget it. Big deals. No. You can't get big deals. Who will give you big deals? You have deals, I have my cat. You squander your profit, squander my cat. Come on. You can't make it in the corporate world if you are dishonest. Number 3. Hard work. You remember the parable of the ants. Some of you are so lazy to the point that they come and take your clothing home and wash them for you. And you feel that makes you dadaba. No problem. No problem. Enjoy it. Enjoy. No problem. You are here, your clothing. You have wenchy people come to your hostel to wash for you. You don't even scrub your bathroom. Your hostel room, you don't scrub it. You can't. Because you're a lady. Who told you ladies don't scrub their bathroom? Come on. Pretty babes clean their bathrooms. You can't tell me that. Come on. You are not pretty. And you think you succeed in a corporate environment if you are lazy. There's a drink up. Your boss are giving you a job because of the drink up. No problem. And you are not getting promotion. You go to the pastor for prayers. Who told you that the prayers is what you need? You are so lazy to the point that your mommy even has to wake you up to go to work. And you think it's a good virtue. So how can you be the CEO of that company if you have these kind of, I'm sorry. You have to be hard-working person. Hard work. Ask Doc whether he sleeps. So if I don't sleep, you can ask my nephew. Me, I don't sleep. In any case, when I die, I'll sleep. When I die, I'll sleep. So I work hard and make money. Work hard and make money. You have to work hard. And you see, this life is not a game of choice. It's not a game of chance. It's a game of choice. That is why betting is killing you guys. How many houses in the affluent community in Kumasi were built from betting money? Oh, they are deceiving you guys. They are making their millions. Betting to uniahoto, betting to uniahoto. You have no peace of mind because of betting. Even in the washroom, when you're your WC, you are betting. Even when you are having lectures, exams room, I'm on the phone, what the exam people are betting. And when I see you people, I reap for you. You can enjoy the good of the land with betting attitude. And ladies, don't get into the love of men who bet. They waste your time. Now there are big boys who are working, doing good jobs. Go to the New York Wall Street. Young guys breaking world records. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. You go to other, top-notch companies. Young guys working so hard to make money. And you are here betting. What? And you think you can succeed in a work environment. Because betting makes you lazy. Betting makes you lazy. Sometimes wait till betting the whole day no you're in. Oh. Master, we will know what time is it, oh. We know what time is it. The whole day no you're in. Betting kwan. And I read for you guys. In a corporate environment, betting spirit will not make you perform. Betting spirit will make you lazy. Because you think there is easy way to make money than to work hard and get your paycheck. You don't respect paycheck because you know betting will give you more money. But I'm sorry. Guys, betting. No in the corporate world. No, that is good is godly. Not all that is good is godly. And man, the crowd be too crunchy, man. Some ladies bet and they bet and bet, and you're like, why? How could you be like that? Daughter of Eve. The last thing you need to succeed is the God factor. How you worship that God is up to you. But recognize that there is God. Don't be an atheist. Recognize that there is God. There is God. Be it a Muslim, be it a traditionalist, a Christian, there is God. And in your career, know that there is God. Please, don't be too knowledgeable than Socrates. And don't think that because of the 1 degree you have, you go home and you start speaking big grammar. And that's, there is God. There is God. If you have not experienced the God you serve before, keep quiet. If you not come into contact with the God you serve, keep quiet. And don't come and tell us and speak, use highfalutin words to deceive us that there is no God. There is God. And in your career, you need God. The last thing I will speak about is your goals. If I ask you what is your goal, everybody has a goal. But if your goals are not written goals, you don't have a goal. If your goals are not written down and worshipped, you don't have one. If you like, let me give microphone to all of you. If you have a kind of goal, Bible says when I turn the to be turning the end. Write down your goals and leave them. Leave your goals. That is the only way you can succeed. Write down your goals. If you want to be the managing director of EcoBank from today, write down your goals. If you want to be the managing director of NG Group, write down your goals and follow the goals. If you don't have them written down, you can't follow. Write them down. Now, if you say Christos, Bible ni wa come for that Bible ni wa and come that But because there's Bible, you can't shift the message. And if you have a goal written down, you can shift it. So write down your goals and worship them. And your career, if you want to be the head of department in your company in the next 5 years, there should be a goal, there should be a strategy. Write it down. Until you do that, you will suffer. And trust me, all of us in this room, those who write down their goals and worship them will have a different story to tell than those who don't write their goals. Good morning.
I think it deserves a standing ovation. Can we please clap? Let's give a better round of applause.
Thank you. Please sit down. I know you're getting tired. Some of you came here as early as 6. I got here 6:15, and there were some people here trying to fix their rooms. I thank you. God bless you. That is the spirit. If all Valentine days will start like this, I went for my ash to show that I was created from ash. And I'll return to what? Obia and Obia. But in the corporate world, it be. When I go to their company and I see figures, I remove my eyes. Because I'm used to working more in the teaching field, the consultancy, trying to do training for young people. And I realize that people are serious in their business. We are tired. There's another lecture, 2-hour lecture ahead of us. We need to have a quick breakfast. I think it's self-explanatory, isn't it? He's really broken it down. But before he leaves us, we have some gifts for him. But it will be fair to give you the chance. 2 questions. Is that okay? 2 or 3? 3. Okay, 3. There was an offer I discussed with the head of department. We had wanted to go there, but the number, you are almost about 200 in class, and to send 200 to his company for excursion will collapse the company. I mean, you have to spend, you need a minimum of 1 hour or so, or 2 hours for one trip. And we have to divide it into our 10 groups. So we'll look at how best, maybe one group will take one aspect of the company, and we will work something out so that you get to know the companies better. So please, let me see by hand, quickly, in about 2-3 minutes, we'll finish with the questions and run out. Any question? Clarification? Okay, 2. A lady? No, a lady. Oh, guys, come on, one more back on Penfra. Ladies, for the first time, I heard that ladies are also betting. I mean, be that. So 3. Can I get one lady to add? After here? 2
ladies.
How many minutes can you spend after here?
As many minutes as possible.
Okay, so when we finish and he'll be interacting with you, okay? So some of the questions, one-on-one. Yes. So moderate that for me. 2 guys, 2 ladies. Yeah, please raise your voice a little bit.
Good morning, sir. Please, I would like to know, some of us, we want to...
What's your name?
Audrey. Some of us, we would want to enter into entrepreneurship businesses. And please, what one advice would you give it to us?
What business?
Specifically, he wants to be an entrepreneur.
Okay.
Here's the question.
So what one advice can we get?
One key thing to become an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Okay, good. Since he's close, why don't you, so that the first 2 answers, then the next 2.
in addition to what he said, in terms of money, what is that one advice that you can give?
Please, your name. And what do you say?
What's that one advice that you can give us in terms of funding?
Funding, okay.
As a young entrepreneur, okay. Master, me serve that question. Where one now?
Then I want to ask, how is the run rate calculated? Because if we receive a letter of employment, surely we want to be in the company and we want to work. And since we'll be calculated with the run rate, how is it calculated?
A lady? 2 ladies, 2 guys. The rest, one-on-one.
Good morning. Please, apart from your company sponsoring the Access program, will you be willing to sponsor maybe a student entrepreneur?
Okay. Thank you very much. Before I deal with these questions, before we started the lecture, the lady here asked a question about what needs to be done. Who asked the question? Your father's business. What was the question?
So the question was that sole proprietorship enterprises usually do not outlive their owners. So how can we sustain our businesses when our fathers are moved?
What kind of business do your father?
My father sells polymer products.
Hey, no, Oscar. Sit down. Most businesses started as sole proprietorships. Most giants you find in the world started by one person or 2 people. Most of them started as sole proprietorship. My sister, what can be done is that there should be controls. There should be controls to protect the company. For instance, your dad should have his own account. Your dad should pay himself. And when he makes money, he should make you laughing. He should make money for the business. He shouldn't make money for himself. If you're a businesswoman or businessman, and you make money and you enjoy the money, you will call the business. But when you make money and money stays in the business will grow. And he should pay himself and pay all of you. If he wants to give you money from the business, he should set up allowances for you. And number 2, your dad should make sure that he doesn't touch his suppliers' money. And your suppliers are the lifeblood of your business. So those who supply your dad the polythene bags to sell, he may be enjoying some suppliers' credit. So maybe 2 weeks suppliers' credit or 1 month suppliers' credit. What that means is that the guys are giving the goods to him on credit. And when the goods are delivered to him, they give him 2 weeks or 1 month to pay. When the time is due for him to pay, he should not give any excuse. Because when you don't pay your suppliers on time, they can also order for raw materials. So it's a cycle. And when you distort the cycle, they won't be happy to work with you. So your dad should not touch suppliers' money. Thirdly, allowances of his workers is untouchable. By 15th for the next month, all allowances and salaries should be in the account for the workers. Because your dad alone cannot do the job. Those who are doing the work, they should be so sure that when the month ends, they will get paid. So there should be salary account, salary and allowances account. He shouldn't touch that account. Suppliers account, he shouldn't touch it. And he should pay himself. And then make sure that he has a plan to grow from sole proprietorship into a private limited liability company and then into a public company. So if he's into plastics, what's the strategy? Okay, I want to be a commercial distributor. Being a commercial distributor, after maybe 10 years, I want to set up a small factory. So then you buy a land and start developing the land to set up a factory to produce the polythene bags by himself. So there should be a strategy from sole proprietorship into private company, then into a commercial company. Then after he builds his factory, then he can also grow. So there should be a strategy. There should be a plan. And the last thing is that your dad should manage his expenses. Because expenditure is what takes away the profits. I think if he's able to observe these tenets of business, he'll be fine. Thank you. Audrey, you want to be a businesswoman, an entrepreneur. Audrey, now you should be able to have your own footprint. You should have your own write-up, what you want to do. It's very important. You all know about the duties of or the responsibilities of an entrepreneur, right? He decides what to produce, where to produce, and those things. They are all applicable to real life business. First of all, have your plan. What kind of business do you want to do? Don't say it here. People will steal your ideas. So the business you want to do, you write it down. And then you start, if I were you, if I want to be, let's say, I want to trade in clothing or in jewelry. After school, I'll go and work with a jewelry company. If I want to trade in, let's say, beans, sale of beans, I'll go and work with a company that deals in beans. Because you need to understand the business before you can go in there to either practice in it or to deal in one thing or the other. And every business has a value chain. For beans, you have the farmers. From the farmers' point of view, we have those who supply the farm input. We have those who also supply to schools and all that. So, first of all, have a plan. Know what you want to do. And if I were you, after my service, I'll look for an industry where I want to have my business and build my experience from there. You know, if you want to set up a hospital, you have to look for a job in a hospital to understand hospital administration. You don't need to be a doctor to own a hospital. You can have a hospital and you employ doctors to work in there for you. So you need to understand how hospital administration is. You may come to KN University for your master's in hospital administration, but you need a practical experience. It's not everything that is taught in Harvard, and that you find it on the job. So where you want to have your business, you want to build your business. If I were you, I would have gone there to learn the ABCs of it, and then I build upon it. I met a lady at Kotoka last year. She happens to be a student in Brussels, and she's a Ghanaian. So in the course of the conversation, she told me that she wants to deal in diamonds. And I asked her, why do you want to deal in diamonds? She said the dad is a gold dealer. Gold dealer. But she wants to deal in diamonds. And I said, why? He said she wants to deal in diamonds. So I realized that she needed somebody who embellished that idea for her. So what I told her was that after her school, she should look for a diamond company either in Dubai or in the US, because she's a citizen of Belgium. So you should look for a diamond company and work for a diamond company, understand the ABCs of diamond before you start trading in diamonds. So Audrey, do you want to sell wache? There have to be a wache bowl washer. And you have to go to the market with your madam to buy the ingredients for wache. And when your madam is cooking the wache, you sit by the fire to see how a well-cooked wache is. A wache that is not well-cooked is. And we don't do it. That is why we have issues. There's this guy who sits on the British Got Talent. That guy, what's the name? You know, he used to be a call boy at billionaires' party in the UK. That's how he started. Every billionaire party, you find him there, and the big boys will be sending him around, running errands for the billionaires. Every billionaire party, you find him there. Now he's a billionaire. And you guys know about that, right? So you can't be like Dr. Ralph without coming to learn. And now you guys don't want apprenticeship. Because if you want to be my apprentice, you work till you die. In GT Bank, my boss made us to sleep in the office because we're not done with our reports. He came back around 10 because we had a representation in the head office the next day. He came back to check on us around 9 o'clock. We had not finished. Said, no, you know what? You guys will have to sleep here and finish the report. And we stayed in the office, finished the report. He came to the office at 6 and paid the report. I slept in the office preparing the report for my boss. Once upon a time, I lived for a client in a room. A prospective customer poured water on me because I was harassing her for business. Eventually, I got the business. I went and came back 3 months later. Eventually got the business. So please, wherever you want to have your business, try and develop your set skills in that area. And if you do that, you'll be fine. Financial, how do you, sponsorship for business? Who said that? Oh, my brother. Why would I sponsor you to come and compete with me? Sponsorship for business. I should sponsor you to set up your business. So I propose that idea. Because I sponsor you to come and compete with me. I won't do it. Nobody will give you sponsorship to set up your business. Your dad may do. But let me give you this advice. Those of you looking for financial support. If you have friends, you have 5 friends on campus, and they are wasting their money, approach them and tell them, guys, you know what? Give me your 1,000 cedis, and every month I'll give you this. Go to them and take their money. The ladies who are buying more ribbon, go to them and say, my sister, we've enough of the ribbon. Because Boasiako is a real difference. So go to that your sister and say, you know what? I like giving you your money. So you can take money from your siblings, your friends who have enough to spare. Because that is why integrity comes in. That is why honesty comes in. So your sister in the house who has a very good job, your sister husband who knows that you are diligent, you are modest, you are respectful, you are honest, they can lend you their money to start business with. Don't always be looking at the bank, because when you borrow money from the bank, you are financing your business with debts. You pay interest. When you take money from family members, it's equity. They will not take interest. They will just take small returns. But every month you have to pay interest. And that can also create a lot of problems for you. But if you don't have the choice, you can still finance your business with loans, and you do better. You just need to be very modest with the expenses. And then, Mr. Run rate. It's simple. I'll give you a very simple way of calculating your run rate. Assuming you are to open 10 accounts for your bank. Maybe you are a salesman, a sales executive at Barclays or ABSA. And your target is to open 10 accounts every month. If from January 1 to January 31, you've been able to open 10 accounts. Now in February, from 1st February to 15th February, the 10 accounts is gone. It means that you run faster in February than in January, because the whole February, you were able to open the 10 accounts within 15 days. But in January, 10 accounts in 30 days. So how fast you run to achieve your target is your run rate. So you can have your own way of calculating it. So if you have to work from 6 to 6 to open 10 accounts in 15 days, it means that when you work 6 to 12, you open the same 10 accounts in 30 days. Hello? Is it clear? So that's simply what it means by your run rate. Thank you, Doc.
Right, shall we give an applause again? We are exhausted. My day started at 1:30 a.m. So I'm already dozing. And we have an important lecture, Traits of an Entrepreneur. The good thing is that most of the topics we'll be treating today, he's mentioned it. And you can get better and more information when we finish, because the questions are already set. We can't change it. Madam Access, please call the Access team. Let's do the presentation and run up. We want to thank the head of department for giving the auditorium to us. You don't want to believe it's our auditorium. Some of you perhaps don't know, business school started from these rooms. I was lecturing here, Executive MBA, 2005, 2008. Here. If we ask you to pay, you don't pay. Please, how much did you pay during your Executive MBA time? Boss?
Yes, sir.
How much were you paying?
Those days, I may have to check.
But it was huge those days.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
And they were giving you some small drink and
Sure,
some packed
snacks,
food.
yes, snacks.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yes, Executive MBA.
Those days, 2005, what I was taking from the MBA executive class was more than my salary. So start paying good money to publishing and we will give you a better auditorium. On behalf of Access and the global team, our newly appointed administrator, Ms. Entry, please come. And the outgoing administrator, Dr. Asel. And Adam, where is your Jesse? Adam takes care of our media and publicity. Shall we give it up for him? There is one student here who's supposed to be, where is she? Part of the media publicity team. Where is she? Where are you? Are you here? What is your uniform? Right. Access designed something beautiful, and there's one student in your class who has done a portrait for him. His boss, for releasing him, we also have to, he's one of the generous men I've ever seen. The first time I met him, I was going to Germany, and he said, Ralph, how are you going? He said, sir, I've bought my ticket already. Ah, why didn't you tell me? I'm giving you a business. He said, hey, business class. Mr. Francis and Mami Mo. He has such a generous boss, and he is generous himself. Can you please pick on behalf of the students, can we have one student join in? One of you. This is a letter plated. Madam Secretary, Administrator. We have one student? Okay. So, Mr. Boasiako, Kwaku, Duah, if you can please come, step forward. We don't want I know you are a corporate executive person. I want you to hang. And this was also produced by a team from the university. Integrated, what do we call them now? Integrated Rural Arts. Now we call them Right. No, now they have a new beautiful name. Oh, I didn't know what this hands. Okay. Can we have paparazzi, somebody taking some shots?
Wow.
So, Mr. you join. And we read together. It's from Access Kwame Nkrumah, University of Science and Technology. The best university in the world by way of quality education. Present this to Boasiako, Kwaku, Duah, Deputy Managing Director, Angel Group of Companies. In appreciation, who is taking the shots? In appreciation of your valuable service to KNUST as a resource person. Aiko, February 2024. Can we give a standing ovation?
Thank you.
Are we all standing in appreciation? That you hang the letter in this office to remember what.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my brother. Then there's one student who wants to give something. Is she here? Please come over. Okay, thank you, Access. Thank you very much. Access, more hero baby. Kakra or penny? Okay, Kakra always surprises me. Can you please tell Pab once again?
Okay, it's time to
She is
Hey.
a specialist in portraits.
Wow,
Last 2 years, she gives one to one of our international guests.
it's nice.
Shall we give an applause?
Thank you so much, eh? Thank you. Hey, friends. Yeah, thank you so much.
And we are also soliciting, if there are any corporate person you want us to do it, she will not charge you much. Shall we all be upstanding as we bring it to an end? And we have an Islamic prayer to end the program. Please, we are coming back by 11. Is that okay? We will do just 1 hour. The rest I'll give the notes to you, the slides to you. An Islamic prayer. Islamic prayer. If not, I will give you a Catholic one. Okay. Amen.